What's good, Ravens fans? It's your boy JG back with another trivia video. And as always, we are here with the trivia expert, the trivia extraordinaire, Andrew. How you doing today?
What's up, JG? I'm doing good, man.
That's awesome. Now, last time you killed the trivia. It was a breeze. So hopefully this is a little bit more of a challenge, but still just as fun.
I'm ready to be stumped, man. Let's get into it.
Awesome. And so this trivia video, I'm going to show Andrew some teams, some players, some events that all have something in common. And it's Andrew's job to guess what they are. All right. What do they have in common? The screen now.
Okay.
And let me just check to see. Right. So you do get one hint per grouping that's built into the game.
Now,
talk me through it.
I got a couple of thoughts. My first thought maybe these are 50 burgers that we dropped, but I think it's a little bit more specific than that because I don't think we had 50 against the Colts in 21 or the Broncos. I think this might be Jackson 5s. Lamar Jackson 5 touchdown games.
Okay, so you are close.
Okay.
You're very, very close.
No, it involves Lamar. I mean, these are some of his finest performances. Are these games where he had a perfect passer rating?
You're close. It's a little bit less restrictive than that. Okay. A little bit less. But you're right. You're right there. I mean, you're in the house. You're chilling.
Now, okay. So, Lamar Jackson games.
Mm-hmm.
These are ones right, less restrictive. So these are games where he did. Does this have to do with a specific stat, like touchdowns? Or?
It does. It does.
Is it touchdowns?
It is not touchdowns.
Not touchdowns. Ooh, could it be passing yards?
It could be passing yards.
Is this 400-yard game?
A little bit less. We almost
300-yard games.
300-yard games.
There we go.
These are all of Lamar Jackson's 300-yard games.
That's right.
And he has murdered the Dolphins. I don't know what it is. It's his hometown. Just annihilated them every chance he's got.
He's just so comfortable playing against them.
It's insane. So, and again, I was just impressed, because as you know, there's been a lot said about Lamar's passing ability and his way that he progresses, but you can just see, man, 2023 was just one of his best seasons, as we all know, but the improvement in the passing. And again, right, a lot of these games weren't play action based passes, right? They were just him dissecting and chopping up the team. So it was just super impressive. So.
Totally. And you know who deserves a shout out for those bottom three games is Hollywood Brown. Because that first one against Miami, that was his first game.
Right.
And that was his welcome to the NFL moment. He was a huge part of that Colts comeback in 2021, that Monday night game. And then that game against the Broncos, he had one of the nicest catches I've ever seen him do.
That was a diving catch, right?
Diving catch in the end zone.
Yeah.
That was sweet.
It was. So good call, man. Your memory's awesome. It really is.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
So now we got the flow of the game. How we're feeling.
Okay.
Let's go to the next one.
11-11-22, 12-31-23. Yeah. Okay. And then these are 50 burgers. These are us dropping 50. I need to be more specific than that. Is it maybe like, I know we dropped all of these games.
I'm just holding you for a suspense. You knocked it out the park. These are the games that the Ravens have scored over 50 points.
Yeah.
We've scored a lot. There's been a lot of games where we've scored between 40 and 50, but these are the only three that we've scored over 50.
Yeah, that Raiders game in 2012, Jacoby had a great game too. Man, that was a absolute dominant performance. And I mean, I feel we've gotten used to those in the Lamar Jackson era, but that Raiders game, that was a Joe Flacco classic. Like that, you're not used to thinking of him reaching those heights, but man, that was a special game
for sure. It's crazy to think that was 10 years ago. It's insane. It's insane. All right, I think this one you'll be able to knock out the park.
This is the Ozzie Newsome special. Alabama players who are on the Ravens.
There you go. These players all went to Alabama. They all went to. I would want to give I thought give a good break after those first two. I saw it. So, all right, now
The long legacy of drafting Crimson Tide guys from one of the greatest to ever do it.
all right, let's jump in. Now I think we have another easy one. I don't know if it's this. I think this might be this one. I think you might get this.
I mean, these are our defensive Hall of Famers right here. Obviously, Ray and Ed, and Sizzle, all forever Ravens. These guys, although Sizzle, wait, give me a second here. He's not in the Hall of Fame just yet.
Correct.
He will be. He should be. Now, so is it possible then that these are all guys who won the Defensive Player of the Year award?
Correct. I couldn't give a hint because I think they would give it away. These are all players who played for the Ravens and won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yes. Now, Prime and Rod Woodson won them, outside, but Lewis twice, 2003, Ed Reed in 04, and Suggs 2011 under that excellent Chuck Pagano year.
For sure. And I just, I did go back because, Suggs is entering the Hall of Fame. So I did go back to look at, that year, some of those highlights. And I mean, he was just a monster. He at everything, right? At every single part of the game, not just pass rushing. So it was great. All right. So let's see this one here. It gets a little harder.
All right. Ray Lewis, Matt Stover, Terrell Suggs, and Sam Cook. Now, Ray and Stover were original Ravens. Matt came over from Cleveland. Suggs, of course. Now, both Ray and Cook were all-time, lifetime Ravens, but Stover obviously played Cleveland too, but then came over to the Colts after. And Sizzle had that 1 year in Arizona and Kansas City. I'm thinking these are some of our longest tenured players. So Ray played 96 to 2012. That's 17 seasons. Stover did, this was Stover's last year. Stover's last year was 08. So that's probably 13 seasons.
So you're on the right track. So you didn't need the hint, but I'm going to show it. So I want everyone to know when they're doing the stats, because you already guessed the hint, right? So this does have to do with longevity.
Longevity. I mean, I feel like these are the longest standing Ravens. Suggs drafted 03. Last season in Baltimore would have been 2018. So that's 16 seasons, I guess. And then Cook from 06 until 22, 21. So that's how they're, I think all these guys played like 15 plus seasons with the franchise.
So a little bit more broad than that and a specific stat.
Ooh.
You could find a stat sheet.
Find the stat sheet. Okay. These are the guys who played maybe an X amount of games.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, sir. Here we go. We're cooking now.
All right. Was it? I would say.
And it's a round number. It's a round number.
So it was a round number. These are all guys who have played maybe 200 games.
There you go. The eighth person on this list has played over 200 NFL games. There you go. These are the only Ravens players who have 200 NFL games on their resume. And again, right, it shows you how long, because Joe Flacco, who's still playing, when I checked the stat, I believe he was only at 140 games. So in order to catch them, he has to play probably at least 4 more seasons, right, to be close. No injuries, no anything. So
I'd love to see it, but I don't think that's happening.
For sure. So yes, these are the only Ravens who have played over 200 games in their career. Awesome. All right, here we go.
Oh, this is fun. This is the GOAT kicker, Justin Tucker. Both times in Detroit, game-winning 60-plus yard field goals. I believe it was 61 that first time. And there's a Monday night game in 2013 where he scored. We won 18-15, and he scored every point. 6 field goals, the game-winning 61-yarder. Insane. And then, of course, the time expires NFL record 65 yards. Again, Detroit, same stadium. Unbelievable.
You are 100% correct, sir. These, I believe it was 62 and
62.
Yep. And these are Justin Tucker's 60-yard field goals. When doing the research, this has only happened 24 times that someone's kicked a 60-yard field goal in the NFL, and Tucker has 10% of them, right? Because he has 2 of them. So
incredible.
It's awesome. All right. Let me see. I think this might be the last one. Let me check. Yep, this is the last one here.
Okay.
This one is hard. This one's hard. So,
all right. So the Smiths, Tori and Steve. You got Mark Clayton and of course Q.
Yep.
And then some early Ravens legends from the days when we actually had a high-flying offense but couldn't stop anybody for our lives.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, Derek Alexander, our early Ravens receivers. Now, it's not 1,000 yards because we've had more 1,000-yard receivers than this. I don't think it's touchdowns. I think it's a yardage thing.
Uh-huh.
Is it guys who've had over like 1,200 yards in this? Or...
Nope. It's more specific and finite than that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna show the hint because
And that's the receiving days. Are these 200-yard receiving guys? Who's that?
a little bit lower.
Oh, 150? 150?
150. These are this is every single Ravens receiver that has had a 150-yard receiving game. Steve Smith has had 3 just as a Raven.
Insane. Think about like how much of his career was in Carolina and then how much of a spark he provided when he came here in 2014. I think there was obviously that huge Steve Smith revenge game when he played the Panthers that year. You knew he was motivated. But then I think there were a couple of other games that season where he went off for like multiple 75-plus yard touchdowns.
Yep. And then also, no, I'm sorry, let me rephrase. He had 2 as a Raven, and Torrey Smith had 3 as a Raven, and leads the Ravens with the most 150-yard receiving games. Yeah,
The most underrated Raven of all time, I think. I really do.
I think I'll make a poll about that. I think you're right there. Now, this is going to be surprising. What you can guess, now again, this is the end of the quiz, but which one of these receivers had the biggest day in terms of receiving yards?
The biggest day. Man.
The most receiving yards in the game, one of these receivers had for the Baltimore Ravens.
Like,
it's a mind-blowing stat, so I'm going to let you know that off the bat. It's a mind-blowing number.
Could it be Michael Jackson?
It's not Michael Jackson. It is Quadri Ishmael.
Did he have a 200-yard game in that 2000?
258 yards.
What?
It's 1999. 6 receptions, 43 yards per reception, and 3 touchdowns.
That is unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. It is truly. I had to check it again because it was that unbelievable to me. But yeah.
And Q was like obviously beloved for his time on the radio, but when he was a Ravens receiver, like dude was the original like deep threat for those like actually good Ravens teams. Like Jackson and Alexander had some big numbers with Vinny T, but that team won 4 or 5 games every year. Like he was the OG like clutch deep threat for the Ravens, and 250, like even I'm shocked by that. That's mind blowing.
And better yet, came against the Steelers. So
forever Ravens legend. That's
for sure. Awesome. So again, another excellent performance by you, my friend. Just knocked it out the park there.
Thank you.
So again, you guys in the comments, let us know how you did. And were you able to stand up to Andrew and his knowledge? Let us know. Thank you guys so much. And go Ravens.
Go Ravens.
Awesome.